goodness, I'm live already. Oh, magic. Camera glare. Hey everybody, Vicky Blades, your video coach here. Slightly struggling because we've got a big, massive rainstorm, so the sound might be terrible. It sounds like the rain is dying down now, and our electricity is off, but I seem to be streaming live, so hallelujah. Okay, I've just been told to close all my other tabs, so I will. Although I need them to remind me what the heck I'm doing. Okay, no, let's do it. Let's close everything else down. Sorry everyone, bear with me. Okay. Right. Hey! So the lighting is terrible because I can't put any lights on, and our windows, although they look really bright, are also shaded. So in fact, the lighting is not optimal. Hi, hello, welcome to Top Tips Tuesday. Vicky Blades, your video coach here. Today we're talking about why nobody cares about your video. I've been wanting to do this one for a long time actually. So, before I head into the meat of this little mini training, I want to say a big hello and welcome. If you're live, please say hello, give me a shout, drop me a comment. If you're watching on replay, please put hashtag replay. And as always, I'd be interested to know what you think of the content of this video. So bear that in mind before you leave, before you sign off. Give me an aha moment, or tell me something that is working for you with regard to our topic today. Sorry, Facebook keeps flashing me messages and I think it's to do with my internet connection, so if I sound a bit distracted, that's why. And I hope this is all going well. Do you know what, I'm going to crack on because who knows how long this is going to last. So, hello again. Why does nobody care about your videos? Well, here's the thing. When I train people and I do little workshops and even on my one-on-one training, one of the things that really terrifies people is having an audience for their videos, especially if they're doing it for the first time. Same with lives. The thought that somebody might be watching is kind of terrifying. So I always say, forget about it. You know, just talk as if you're talking to one person. Just talk as if you're passing information on to your best friend, best client. Then what tends to happen is that they do their video or they go live and, wouldn't you know it, no audience at all. Nobody's watching. And then they get really upset going, but nobody watched my video. Yes, it's true. So there's the conundrum. We want nobody to be watching, but we also want a huge audience. So there you go. Listen, first up, it takes time to build up an audience, okay? If you've never gone live or posted videos before, don't expect that people will suddenly go, oh, brilliant, and start liking and commenting because you've made a video. Doesn't quite work like that. Now, I've got a training called How to Get Engagement on Your Lives, which gives you plenty, in fact, loads and loads of tips about how to get more audience members and more engagement on your lives. That works for video too, most of them I'd say. So that's it in terms of audience. However, what do I mean by nobody cares about your video? This goes back to the spotlight effect, which is an article I wrote last week, I think, all about a kind of psychological phenomenon that is known as the spotlight effect, which is in essence that we assume that people are noticing us all the time, that our flaws are magnified, that people are, you know, laser focused in on us and what we're saying and what we're doing and what we look like, when in fact that's rarely the case. Honestly, people are so self-absorbed, they're very rarely taking time out to look at all your flaws, mistakes, errors, appearance. It just isn't true. You may feel like you're in the spotlight, and particularly when you're on a screen, hello, but it isn't necessarily so. So that's a weird kind of conundrum, isn't it? I've been talking to my son about this. He's autistic. He suffers terribly from anxiety around school, and it's around the social aspect of school. And he feels that everybody knows exactly how he's feeling all the time, and therefore, if they're not talking to him, it's a deliberate kind of snub, or they're ignoring him. And I'm saying to him over and over again, honestly, I think they're just thoughtless. It's not that they don't care, it's not that they're being cruel, it's just that they're thinking about themselves, they're not thinking about you. And let's not forget, we all make assumptions constantly about other people, which means people are making assumptions about us as well. And as I said to him, you know, people know that you feel a bit socially awkward, they know that you're easily upset, and you know, you feel a lot of emotion a lot of the time, and so maybe they feel that by leaving you alone, you're going to be more comfortable. So there's all sorts of things that could be going on, but probably the least likely is that they're deliberately ignoring you. So that's the spotlight effect in action. We're assuming that, you know, we have this big spotlight on us and everybody can see our feelings and see everything, and it's just not true. So in that sense, nobody cares about your video. And the big thing is, when it comes to camera confidence, is that we assume, again, with our kind of egocentric brains, that everybody's going to be judging every word that comes out of our mouths. They're going to be judging our haircuts, the colour of our blouse, our skin, our weight, everything. And that kind of self-consciousness can be really, really crippling. And what I want to say in the nicest possible way is that nobody cares. Honestly. I mean, flip it around for a moment. Do you go around judging every single person that you meet online, or videos that you see, or even people that you meet in person? I mean, for sure, you know, we're judgmental, however subconsciously or consciously. But when it comes to videos, people are more interested in why you're there, what you've got to say, and what you want them to do. That's what people are interested in. Not your hair, not any of the rest of it. Okay? Obviously, you'll want to look a bit professional. I would love to have some fantastic lighting, and so on and so forth. But let's not get caught up in this circle of thinking that everybody's watching our every nuance like a hawk. So what can you do to get people to notice you for the right reasons and care about your video instead of not caring about your video? Because we always like to provide solutions here at Vicky Video Coach. First of all, really important, what is your purpose with making a video? Why are you taking time to record? Often it's to do with training, could be simply giving an introduction, it could be welcoming people into your program or your group or your course, could be instructional, could be just chit chat. But make sure that you know why you're getting on a screen and why you're making a video and why you're going live, because otherwise it becomes a little bit of, oh well, I just know I'm supposed to be doing this, and so I'm just going to chatter at you for 20 minutes. No! So have a purpose with your video. Know why you are taking the time to do this, so that the viewer knows why you're taking the time to do this. Really important. Keep it brief. Yes. We think once we're on video, like me, we may as well stay on here and chatter away for ages and ages and go off on tangents. No. Let's focus it down to your particular purpose. And people are more likely to come back if they know that your videos are brief and concise and to the point. Here's a bit of information. Here's me repeating that bit of information. Here's what you need to do with it. Thank you. As well as a purpose, you need to have an aim. Yeah, slightly different. So the aim with your video is, I don't know, to get 3 viewers, to get 4 likes, to get 6 comments, to get 90,000 sign-ups for your course, to practice your video skills, to, I don't know, have an aim as well as your purpose. Have an aim. What is it you want to get from this? What is it you want people to do? That brings me on to the CTA, the call to action. We love micro actions. In fact, it's been proven that if you ask someone to do something for you, something minor, that builds a connection. And we actually feel quite flattered that we've been asked to do that. And it could be something as simple as, pass me that pencil, could you open the door, could you hold this for a minute? Those tiny, tiny micro actions actually bond us closer together, which is why a call to action is so powerful as well. So make sure that you give your viewers a little micro action at the end of your video, and they will love you for it. Yes, they will. Okay, the other thing to do is to be consistent and advertise your videos. So let people know that they can expect you on screen at this time every week, every day, every month, whatever you decide. Make an event out of it. I always say that if you're going to do a regular video slot or a regular live slot, then why not make it a Facebook event and invite people? Super simple. And then people will know that they can come and watch you. Also, they'll know what it's about, which is really important, because then they can make a choice about whether that's something that interests them. Here's the thing I don't do, but I advise you to do it, and I'm going to get better at it, and that is pre and post promotion for your video. So pre is obviously letting people know this is coming up, I'm going to talk about this subject, you can catch me on this platform, this is the time of day, and so on. Come along to my free training or whatever it is. And then post is to post a replay and say, hey, if you missed it, here it is. What did you think of it? Repeat your CTA. And that way get the ball rolling in terms of, particularly if you're doing training videos like me and going live. So don't be afraid to tell people that you're going on screen and that you've been on a screen. And that will also build your audience. Because you know what? I do care about your videos. I really do. I'd like to see more of them. I'd be very happy if you ever wanted to post videos in this group, if you wanted to get some feedback, or if you just want to drop a link so we can all come over and show you some love. Particularly important if you're going live, why not let us know and we can come over and be your warm audience. Right, that's it. I can't believe, well, at least I hope, fingers crossed, this has all worked despite the power cuts. So, the truth is, nobody cares about your video in the way that you think they care. But we do care about your video because we want to be there to cheer you along. We're so happy that you took the time to talk to us. We're so thankful that you're brave enough to get on camera even when it feels uncomfortable. And finally, we get something from your videos. Maybe it's a free PDF, maybe it's a bit of free information, maybe it's a course we can sign up to, or maybe like this, it's just a bit of extra information that might help us in our quest for visibility and being camera confident. I would like to know, please, in the comments, how you are getting on with your videos. Are you getting an audience or are you struggling? Do you want an audience? And what have you done if you've ever been on a live or a recorded video and have no views at all? That's what I really want to know. Maybe we'll talk about that next week, what to do when you've got no views. All right, thank you so much for being with me today. I'm coming in at just under 15 minutes, hooray! And keep being visible and keep being vulnerable. I'll see you next week.